In Greece this morning, we have new video of the moment of impact in that country's deadliest ever train crash. Tuesday's surveillance video shows one of the trains approaching from the left of your screen before a bright flash of light and a massive explosion. At least 43 people were killed and more than 50 others are hospitalized. Officials still don't know why the two trains were on the same track. This morning, railroad workers went on strike to protest the country's poor safety record.
They went on strike. The railroad workers in Greece went on strike. You may be old enough to remember how the 117th Congress, the Congress right before this Congress, we're in the 118th Congress. I'm talking about the 117th Congress, along with this president, took away the right of our rail workers to strike for paid sick leave. And instead of holding the robber barons responsible and to make sure that they got that sick time, they took away their right to strike. But in Greece, the workers said, oh, hell no, we're not gonna stand for it, and they are already on strike. Now, we definitely must lift those who lost their loved ones, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with them. This is absolutely devastating, whether it happens on our soil or somebody else's. This is a type of story that you just don't really want to hear about, that things like this should not happen. And here are some more updates. The Greek prime minister pledged an independent investigation and said the crash appeared to be, quote, mainly due to a tragic human error, end quote, but did not elaborate. Greece's firefighting service said nearly 60 people remained hospitalized late Wednesday, including 6 in intensive care. Journalist Eli told the BBC that 20 to 25 people were missing, but that some may have left the crash scene unnoticed. And this reporting is coming from USA Today. Further, the station master in the city of Larissa, near where the two trains collided Tuesday night, has been accused of manslaughter by negligence and grievous bodily harm by negligence, police said. The station master, who is in charge of signaling, denies wrongdoing and has blamed the accident on a possible technical failure, the BBC reported. Now, furthermore, Greece officials are taking responsibility for this terrible, terrible tragedy. Greek transport minister resigned on Wednesday, saying he felt it was his duty to step down out of respect for the memory of the people who died so unfairly. So, Jessica, that is a lot different than what happened in the United States of America. It was swift action. It didn't take 18 days. It took a matter of this just happened and we need to get on top of this right away.
Yeah, you can't help but draw parallels from what's going on in East Palestine to what's happening in Greece. And because it happened in Greece, I think it's appropriate. There's a story in Greek philosophy that a lot of people know of. It's Plato's allegory of the cave. And it's basically a bunch of people are in the cave and there's people behind them casting images on the wall with a shadow. They hold up these little sticks with wooden figurines and there's a fire behind them. And so people think this is all there is. It's just we watch these cool shadows on the wall. And of course, there are people from outside of the cave. They're like, of course you have to come out. Like there's a whole world outside. That's kind of like when people study abroad or go live abroad and come back to America. They're like, there's a whole nother world out there where things are very different. And of course, there's the trope that people are so terribly annoying when they study abroad, but they're trying to tell us that in other parts of the world, they do things very differently. People expect things of the economy and government like they do in Greece. The workers are able to strike and are willing to strike. People support the striking workers and the government is responding and holding industry accountable. We don't have that here.